The sun blazes down relentlessly over a vast expanse of golden sand. A tribe of early humans, Australopithecus, move in a tight formation, their bodies slightly hunched against the intense heat, their eyes scanning the horizon. The heat rises from the ground like a tangible force, warping the distant shapes of the world. In the midst of this oppressive desert, survival is not a given. It is a battle waged against the land, the elements, and the creatures that lurk just beyond sight. The tribe's leader, an experienced matriarch, gestures for her people to halt. Her eyes are sharp, scanning the dunes ahead. She places a hand on the ground, feeling the heat beneath her fingers. The others follow suit, each feeling the earth for vibrations. The youngest in the group, a small child, clutches a bundle of dried leaves in their hands, a crude shield against the harsh elements. They've been walking for days, their feet sinking into the shifting sands with each step. The air is thick with the dust of the land, a choking, dry gust that burns the throat. The tribe's goal is simple: find water. But water, like hope, is elusive in this unforgiving place. Suddenly, a movement in the sand catches their attention. The leader raises her hand, a signal for silence. They watch as the sand shifts, revealing the form of a massive camouflaged predator, a sand snake, its long body undulating beneath the dunes, its tongue flickering in and out, tasting the air. The tribe freezes, their hearts pounding in unison. It's not a typical danger. It's the unexpected. The ground beneath their feet could betray them at any moment, opening the way to a death from below. The matriarch makes a swift motion, signaling the hunters to prepare their spears. Their hands, calloused and weathered from years of surviving the desert, tighten around the stone-tipped weapons. They don't need words to understand. They don't need to argue. It's time for the fight. Time to hunt or be hunted. With a collective breath, they launch into action. Two of the hunters advance, circling the snake with careful precision. They know the creature's habits, its predictable patterns in the heat of the day. As the snake rears its head, its forked tongue tasting the air, one hunter lunges, driving his spear toward the creature's vulnerable underbelly. But the snake is quick, darting away, its body a blur of sand and scales. It strikes back with a speed that defies its size, sinking its venomous fangs into the hunter's leg. A scream echoes across the desert as the hunter stumbles back, clutching his leg in agony. The tribe erupts into action chaos, unfolding in a blur of movement and emotion. The matriarch leaps into the fray, drawing the remaining hunters in close. With a swift, coordinated effort, they manage to subdue the creature, their spears finding their mark. The sand is stained, the air thick with the scent of blood and sweat. But the danger is far from over. The sand begins to churn again, more predators stirring beneath the earth. The tribe has won the first battle, but the war for survival in the shifting sands continues. The tribe retreats into a nearby cave, its entrance half hidden by the sharp rocks that line the desert. They've managed to kill the predator, but the price is steep. The injured hunter, bleeding from the venomous bite, lies at the center of their small refuge, groaning in pain. The matriarch kneels beside him, her hands moving quickly and decisively. She applies a mixture of crushed herbs gathered from the sparse, hardy plants that cling to life in the desert on his wound, hoping it will slow the poison. The rest of the tribe gathers around, looking toward the matriarch with a mix of fear and hope. They are not just fighting the elements, they are fighting time. The hunter's life hangs in the balance, and every minute spent in the cave is a minute closer to his fate. The sun is setting, the sky turning from brilliant orange to the cold, empty blue of twilight. In the desert nightfall, means another set of dangers unseen and often lethal. The child who had been clutching the bundle of leaves approaches the matriarch, a flicker of concern in her eyes. She holds out the bundle, offering what little water they have left, just enough for a sip. The matriarch looks at the child, a soft smile forming despite the circumstances. She takes the water, nodding her thanks. This small act of care speaks volumes. Even in the harshest of conditions, they are a community. As the tribe settles down for the night, they huddle close together for warmth and protection. They are surrounded by the desert's cold grip, but within the cave, they form a tight circle. The flicker of a small fire casts dancing shadows on the walls. The sounds of the night, howls of distant predators, and the faint rustle of the wind across the sands remind them that their peace is fragile. But this is the rhythm of life in the desert, moments of intense survival, followed by quiet desperation and fleeting hope. The matriarch knows that the desert will not rest, and neither can they. Their survival hinges on the knowledge passed down through generations, the ancient methods of living in harmony with a land that demands respect. She glances around at her people, her family feeling the weight of responsibility. Tomorrow, they must rise again. As the hunter's breathing steadies, the group's resolve strengthens. They've fought the land's deadliest predators and survived, but the real test lies ahead. The winds are shifting, and the dunes may soon lead them to their next challenge. As the matriarch settles into a watchful slumber, she knows this survival is not just about fighting. It is about adapting. And tomorrow, they will face whatever comes together. The dawn breaks, casting a pale light over the desert that stretches endlessly before them. The tribe wakes, their bodies stiff from the cold desert night, their faces drawn and weary. The injured hunter, though weakened, is still alive, a small victory in the harsh, unforgiving landscape. He has been patched up as best as possible, and now the real test begins. Can the tribe continue their journey to find water? Can they survive the relentless heat and the increasing dangers that lie ahead? The matriarch rises first, her figure steady and sure against the rising sun. Her eyes scan the horizon, searching for any sign of the shifting dunes, looking for the faintest hint of a water source. It's a ritual that she's repeated countless times in her life, each day, an effort to outlast the desert's unyielding grasp. The sand dunes seem to stretch endlessly, each one just like the last, featureless, endless. But she knows that the water is there, hidden beneath the surface, waiting for them to find it. The tribe moves forward in silence, the injured hunters supported by two of the younger members. They move with purpose, their eyes focused ahead, their steps quick but measured. The desert is an unforgiving place, and they know that every moment spent in the open is a chance for danger to strike. Predators, heat, dehydration, they are always lurking, waiting to take advantage of the tribe's weakness. The sun climbs higher in the sky, its rays like daggers of heat scorching the land and making the air shimmer. The tribe knows they must keep moving or risk being caught in the open when the heat becomes unbearable. They press on, determined to find the next sign of life, the next sign of hope. After hours of marching, the matriarch stops suddenly. She places her hand against the sand once more, feeling its warmth, its texture, its secrets. There's something here. Her senses tingle with the promise of water. She signals to the rest of the tribe, and they gather around. The younger hunters, led by the matriarch, begin to dig their hands, working quickly. Desperation and hope driving their movements. The hours pass, sweat pouring down their faces, their bodies exhausted from the unrelenting heat. And then, at last, it happens. A small trickle of water appears, seeping up from the sand. It's not much, but it's enough. The tribe cheers softly, relief flooding their faces. Their eyes meet, and for a moment they are united not by the struggle, but by the shared victory. They have survived another day. They have found the desert's hidden gift. As they drink deeply, their bodies replenishing the water they so desperately needed, the matriarch watches the horizon once more. The desert may be vast and unforgiving, but for now, it has been conquered. They will rest tonight, surrounded by the shifting sands that once threatened to swallow them whole. And tomorrow, they will move on. Because survival is not just about overcoming the land. It's about living in it with it, adapting, learning, and enduring. The tribe knows that the desert's tests will never end. But for today, they have won. And that, for now, is enough.